Good afternoon, friends. In this series of CEC Gurukul lecture, we are discussing about process costing. In this process costing lectures, I am talking about that how we in a real life situation, in a business like situation, in the process industries, in the industries where the process costing is being used, how you prepare the process account, how you prepare the normal loss account, how you prepare the normal gain account, abnormal gain account, how you prepare the abnormal loss account, and like that. As far as the theoretical aspects are concerned, we have already covered in the previous lectures. So, in this lecture, I have taken a comprehensive illustration in which I will be showing that how you show normal loss account, abnormal gain account, abnormal loss account in the one example itself. So, I have tried to take a comprehensive and very simple illustration example. ILLUS means illustration, whereby I am trying to show that how you prepare the process account and how do you prepare different account in one example itself. So, it is a comprehensive illustration or example of abnormal loss, abnormal gain, normal loss and the process account. Now, let us talk of a situation that presumably in a business, in an industry where the process costing is being used, a product passes through three processes A, B, C, whatever the name you want to give, 1, 2, 3 or sometimes number is also being given. So, in my example I am saying a process passes through three processes A, B and C. Normal waste of each process is as follows, that is in process A 3%, process B 5% and process C 8%. As we are already aware by now that normal loss means when you put input in a process, this 3% of input loss is normal. In process B 5% is a normal, that is by nature is such that there is bound to be this loss or this is expected to be loss, which we presume that this is uncontrollable and this is bound to happen, or this is in the normal such situation is to take place. And in process C, I mean as you are progressing, the normal loss percentage is also increasing. So, process C 8%. It is not necessary in every situation it will happen, but in this example the process loss, normal process loss, it is increasing as at the successive stage of production. So, in this process C 8%. Wastage of process A means when there is a normal loss that takes place, you tend to get some value out of it by selling it as a scrap, right. So, when you sell wastage of scrap A, you get 25 paisa per unit. When you sell the normal loss or the scrap of process B, you get 50 paisa per unit, and when you sell the normal loss units as a scrap, you get 1 rupee per unit, right. So, this is the sale value of your scrap of successive processes A, B, C. 10,000 units were issued to process A on say 1st April 2020 at a cost of rupees 1 per unit. That is, this is the input cost of the process A. Now, it says that the other facts are materials 1000 units, B process rupees 1500, in the C rupees 500, labor 5000, 8000, 6500, right. Direct expenses 1050, 1188, 2009, actual output 9500, right, 9100 and 8100 units. So, this is the actual output of the process A, B, C. Prepare the process accounts, that is of the three processes that has taken place in this business, we have to prepare the process account of all the three processes, that is A, B, C, assuming there were no opening or closing stocks, that is no work in progress in the beginning, no work in progress at the end. Whatever the output of process A, that is fully being transferred to the process B, what is the output of process B, that is being fully transferred to the process C, and finally 8100 units becomes your finished product. So, prepare the process account assuming there were no opening or closing stock also gives the abnormal wastage account, abnormal gain account. Suppose this is the situation, that how do you solve it, means in a situation how you prepare the process account. Now, let us take one by one of the three processes that has taken place. So, in the first process 10,000 units were being introduced at the rate of rupees 1 per unit, that is 10,000 rupees. In addition to this units, right. So, there is additional material cost of rupees 1,000. It is given in our question or in our example. Direct labor, DL means direct labor, DE means direct expenses. So, direct labor is 5,000 rupees, direct expenses is 1,050 rupees. And this example we have presumed that 3% is the normal loss. So, 3% of 10,000 units which we have introduced comes to be 300 rupees. So, a normal loss, NL means normal loss is 300 units, and each unit has a sellable value of rupees of 25 paisa per unit. So, 25 paisa multiplied by 300 units, that comes to be rupees 75, right. So, this is scrap value, 75 rupees is the scrap value of the normal loss units that has taken place. Now, this question says that 9,500 units, this is being given here, actual output 9,500 units of process A. So, transfer to process B 9,500 units. See, ideally how many units should you transfer? Ideally you should have transferred 10,000 minus 300, that comes to be 9,700. Had the 9,700 units been transferred, I would have said that this normal output or the output that should have taken place, it is being transferred to the process B. But in this example which we are taking, what is given in this business is that only out of 10,000 units of input that is being put in this process, 9,500 units have been transferred to the process B account. Ideally, it should have been 9,700, that is input minus normal loss. So, where this 200 units have gone, it is nothing but called abnormal loss. AL here means, right, abnormal loss. I have written in short form, AL means abnormal loss. So, this abnormal loss is 200. And in my previous lecture on treating of abnormal loss gain, I told you how you value abnormal loss or abnormal gain. You just forget as if there is no abnormal loss or abnormal gain has taken place. What you do is, you add up the debit side of the process account, that is add up all the cost involved in the process minus the scrap value of the normal loss. So, in our example, this is 17,050 rupees is the total of the total cost involved in this process. 17,050 minus 75 rupees, which is the sale value of the normal loss units, that is 300 units, divided by the normal output, the output that should have taken place. What should have been the output? 10,000 minus 300, that is 9,700. So, I would simply say the cost per unit is 17,050 minus 75 divided by 9,700 units. That should be the per unit cost. This per unit cost will be multiplied by 200 units, that is the abnormal loss, right. So, that is the value of the abnormal loss. Similarly, 9,500 multiplied by the same value which you will get, that comes to be 16,625, right. So, here you can say value of abnormal loss, total cost 17,050 minus value of normal loss 75 divided by the output that should have taken place, that is input minus normal loss in units. So, 10,000 minus 300, 9,700 multiplied by 200 in order to find out the value of abnormal loss, right. So, this comes to be 350 rupees, that is 1 rupee 50 paisa, right. So, value of units transferred, again same, I can say directly, you can multiply it by the number of units that you have transferred, that is 9,500, you will get 16,625, or just the way you value abnormal loss, total cost minus value of normal loss divided by the normal output, that is 10,000 minus 300, 9,700 multiplied by 9,500. This 9,500 units are those units that have been transferred to the process B account, that comes to be 16,625 16,625. So, in this way you will prepare process account, A account, and to summarize it, I will say in the process A you transfer all the expenses on the debit side, right. On the credit side you show normal loss, and since in this question the output is less than the normal output, the difference is called abnormal loss. In our example it is 200 units, and we have valued it as if the normal output should have been valued. Now, coming to the process B, that is in the process B account, the 9,500 units have been transferred. The value this we have taken from process A, that is 16,625 rupees. Again, in this process additional material cost of 1,500 rupees has been incurred, direct labor of 8,000 rupees has been incurred, direct expenses 1,188, right. This is the expenses which we show on the debit side. And this example which we have taken, the normal loss in the process B is 500, 5%. So, 5% of 9,500 comes to be 475 units. So, 9,500 units have been introduced, 5% is the normal loss, that comes to be 475 units, right, and it has a scrap value of 50 paisa per unit, that comes to be 238 rupees. What you notice in this example is that output to transfer means the transfer to process C, that is output of process B, is only 9,100 units. Ideally, how many units should this business produce? Normally, how many units this should produce, right? 9,500 minus 475 units, that comes to be 9,025 units should have been produced. This is the normal output, but what you are noticing is that 9,100 units have been produced. It means 75 extra units have been produced. This is nothing but an case of abnormal gain. So, this abnormal gain I will show on the debit side of the process B account, that is AG means abnormal gain, right. And in your examination like situation, if you are solving a question in an examination like situation, right, write in the full form. Here I have just to make it just for the paucity of the space, I have used these short forms. So, abnormal gain 75 units. Now, the question is how you value 75 units and how you will value this transfer to process C account. I will simply say the way we have valued abnormal loss, in almost in a similar manner we will value the process abnormal gain account. So, you add up 16,625 plus 1,500 plus 8,000 plus 1,188 minus the sale value of the scrap, that is 238, divided by what should have been the output. Output should have been 9,500 minus 475, 9,025 units, right. So, you see 27,313 is the debit side total except abnormal gain minus the scrap value of the normal loss, that is 238, divided by the normal output, that is 9,500 minus 475, that is right. So, 9,025 units multiplied by 75 units, since the abnormal gain is of 75 units. So, multiply, this is per unit cost, multiplied by 75 units, right, that comes to be 225. This is the value of abnormal gain account. Similarly, you can value the units that is being transferred to the process C account, right, same manner, multiplied by 9,100 units, that comes to be 27,300 units, right. So, in this manner you prepare the process B account. So, what you are noticing here is in the process A it was abnormal loss, in this process B it is a case of abnormal gain. Now, coming to the process C, again 9,100 units have been transferred. This we have carried forward from the process B account only. 9,100 units have been transferred to process C, right. So, the value is 27,300. This value is we have taken from process B. Additional material cost of 500 has been expended here. Direct labor 6,500 additional cost. Direct expenses, DE means direct expenses, DL direct labor 2,009 rupees. So, this is the total of the debit side, that is the expenses side or the cost side. The question says that normal loss is 8% of the input. Input is 9100, loss is 8%. So, 8% of 9100 comes to be 728, and this has a scrap value of ₹1 per unit. So, the value of this scrap is 728 rupees. Now, the output should be 9100 minus 728, but what you are seeing is that only 8100 units have been transferred. So, the difference is of 272 is nothing but abnormal loss. So, how you evaluate? I have again explained, I have been explaining it in the previous examples also. You add up the debit side of the total side, total, right, minus scrap value, that comes to be the value of the abnormal loss multiplied by the number of units. So, 36,309 minus 728 divided by the number of units that should have been produced, that is 9100 minus 728, right. So, this is multiplied by 272 units, that is your value of abnormal loss. Similarly, multiplied by 8100 units, that comes to be the value of the finished goods, right. So, this is 34,425 is the value of finished goods transferred, right. So, in this way you prepare the process account, process A account, process B account and process C account. Now, after preparing these process account, there is in this example which we have taken, there are situations of abnormal loss and abnormal gain account. Now, let us see how you prepare abnormal loss account. So, abnormal loss has taken place at two stages, right. There is no need of putting line after the process A account, right, by chance it has been put here. So, process A account 200 units, 350, this we have already taken from the process A account. Process C account, where the process abnormal loss has taken place, 272 units, and the value of this is, this we have not calculated it again, this we have taken only from the process account. So, in the process account, what you notice is that it is given on the credit side by abnormal loss. So, when you are preparing abnormal loss, I will say two process account. So, to process A account 200 units, the value is 350, process C account, the value is 1156, and these units which is the abnormal loss, right. So, this is, if is being sold at a scrap value, right, it would have fetched some value. So, in the process A, the scrap value is 25 paisa per unit. So, I will say 200 multiplied by 0.25, that comes to be 50 rupees, and process C 272 multiplied by 1 rupee, that comes to be 272. Rest of the amount means the total of the debit side minus the scrap value. Had these abnormal loss not taken place, these units could have been sold as a scrap value, means abnormal loss, the loss which has taken place, unless being given otherwise that they have been sold at an additional value. Sometimes use abnormal loss means there is some major defective which is beyond repair. So, this you can be saleable in the market more than the normal scrap. Then whatever the value of the sale value, I would have shown it on the credit side. But if nothing is being given, I presume it that this will be sold in the market as a scrap of the way you sell the normal loss units, right. So, 200 rupees, 200 units of process A and 272 units of process C will be sold as a normal scrap value of normal loss. So, 50 rupees, 272 rupees. Rest of the amount will be transferred to the costing profit and loss account. So, this 1506 is the total of the debit side, right, minus the scrap value of the two processes of the abnormal loss, right. The rest of the balance will be transferred to the costing process profit and loss account. Similarly, you can prepare the abnormal gain account, right. So, in this example, only in the process B the abnormal gain has taken place. So, I will show this is abnormal gain is being shown in the abnormal gain account. I will write process B. If you recollect, while we were preparing the process B account, I had shown it on the debit side two abnormal gain account, right. So, since we are preparing abnormal gain account, I will write by process B account 75 units at the 225 rupees. This is the value which is given, which we have already calculated, right. And this, had these abnormal gain not taken place, I would have sold it as a scrap, there would have been a scrap value. So, this in the process B, the cost was scrap value was of normal loss was 50 paisa per unit. So, to normal loss account bracket में process B 75 units at the rate of rupees 50 per unit, 50 paisa per unit. So, that comes to be 38 rupees. Rest of the amount will transfer to the costing profit and loss account. Again, there is no need of this line which I have put here by mistake, right. So, you don't remove this line to costing profit and loss account 187 rupees, right. So, this comes to be 225 rupees. In this way, you prepare abnormal gain account, right. So, this is the comprehensive example where I have tried to show the abnormal loss account, abnormal gain account. I have shown in one example itself, I have shown how you prepare the process account and all these accounts. After doing this, let me take one more example so that it becomes more clear. I mean, it's all process, because in these type of questions, in these type of chapters, you get mostly practical question, some part of theory like what is process costing, what are the characteristics of the process costing, in which type of industries process costing is being used, or the question can be how you treat abnormal loss. These are, I am saying, theoretical questions. Theoretical questions can be asked in the examination like situation, right. How you treat abnormal gain, give an illustration, or explain with example how you treat abnormal gain, explain with example how you treat normal loss, right. So, what you take in example, any figures you take, very simple figures, and with the help of it you show that how you treat abnormal loss gain. So, this can be theoretical question, but apart from the theoretical questions, in your examination you are being asked the practical questions. Practical questions means you will given a business situation, you will be given certain facts, on the base of that you will have to prepare the accounting, that is process account, normal loss, abnormal gain, abnormal gain. So, we are practicing by more and more examples, things will become more clear to us. This says A Limited manufactures and sells, A Limited means the name of the firm, manufactures and sells 3 chemicals produced by consecutive processes known as X, Y and Z. Means there are 3 processes which are involved in this business, X, Y and Z. In each process 2% of the total weight put in it is lost and 10% is the scrap. So, what you normally up till now what we have discussed is that normal loss, one figure, but here you are given in each of the process 2% is the loss of weight. In addition to that, there is a 10% scrap, which from process X and Y realized rupees 100 a ton, and from Z rupees 200 a ton, right. So, what you are given is a normal weight loss and 10% scrap which is given, right, and which has a saleable value of the scrap, not the weight of loss, only the scrap part has a saleable value of 100 rupees per ton in the X and Y, and 200 rupees per ton in the Z. So, the product of the 3 processes are dealt with as follows: sent to warehouse for sale 25%, 50% and 100%, passes on to the next process, that is from process X itself 25% is being sold in the market, 50% in the process Y and 100% in the Z. Whatever is being produced in the process Z, that is being sold in the market, right, sent to the warehouse for sale purpose, right, 75%, 50%. The following particular relate to the month of May, that is material used in tons 1000, 140, 1348, cost per ton of material 120 rupees, 200, 80 rupees, right. So, this is the cost per ton, and the how many tons there is given above it, right. So, 1000 ton in the X, 140 tons in the process Y and 1348 in the process Z. Manufacturing expenses 30,800, right, 25,760, 18,100. So, prepare and process account showing the cost per ton of each product. Suppose this is a situation in a business, how you will prepare it. So, process X account, material cost is given 1000 tons, right. So, at the rate of rupees 120 per unit, that comes to be 1,20,000. Manufacturing expenses 30,800 rupees. So, this is the expenses that is given. Now, loss in weight 2% of 1000, that comes to be 20 tons, and that has no scrap value. There is loss of weight because of evaporation in a chemical business, so like that, right. Scrap 10% of input, that is 100 units, and it is a saleable value of rupees 100 per unit. So 10,000 rupees is the scrap value. Now it says 25% will go to the warehouse for sale and rest transferred to the process B, right. So whether it goes to the process B, process Y as for sale, or it transferred to the process Y, you value it as it is. So what I will do, I will add up the total of the debit side, 1,20,000 plus 30,800, that comes to be 1,50,800 minus your scrap value, sale of scrap value, that is 10,000, divide by number of units that should have been produced. Number of units that have been produced is 660 plus 220, right. So you can see here it comes to be that 35,200, that is 1,50,800 minus 10,000 scrap value sale, divided by the 1,000 minus 20 minus 100, that is comes to be 880 units, multiplied by 220, that comes to be 35,200 rupees, that is transferred to the process warehouse for sale. At this same value will transfer to the process Y, means only difference is will multiplied by 600 units, right. So 1,50,800 minus 10,000, right, divide by the normal output. Normal output is 1,000 minus 20 tons evaporation, that is scrap, sorry not scrap, but the loss of weight minus 100 units normal loss, that divide by this. So it comes to be multiplied by 660 units, that is being transferred to the process Y, that comes to be 1,05,600 rupees. Similarly, you can prepare process Y account. The way you have prepared process as X account, similarly you can prepare process Y account. What we have taken from process X is 660 units, this value is given. In addition to this, there is a material cost at the rate of rupees 140 at the rate of rupees 200, that comes to be 28,000. Manufacturing expenses 25,760. Loss in weight 2% of 800, that comes to be 16. Scrap 10%, that is comes to be 80, that is comes to be 8,000 rupees, and out of this 50% is being transferred to the warehouse for sale, and rest 50% is being transferred to the process Z. The valuation system, valuation methodology will be exactly the same the way we have valued the process account. That is, you add up the debit side of the total minus the scrap value, divide by 352 plus 352, that is per unit cost, right, that comes to be 75,680 rupees, and from process Z transferred to process Z again 75,680 rupees, that comes to be 1,59,060 rupees. So in this way, friends, you prepare process X account, process Y account, and exactly in the same manner, right, the way I have prepared process X and Y, similarly you can prepare Z. Nothing new yet. You can see on the debit side you are seeing all expenses, on the credit side again the loss of material, scrap, and transfer to the warehouse for sale, right. So this is the way you prepare process account, normal loss account, abnormal loss account, and the abnormal gain account. So I am sure by understanding these examples which we have just discussed, you will able to prepare a process account in a business like situation. Thank you very much.